Ever wondered why you can't resist that last piece of chocolate even when you're full? Or why you suddenly forget someone's name right after they've introduced themselves? Buckle up, because in the next 5 minutes, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of human behavior. Get ready to have your mind blown by some incredible psychology facts that might just change the way you see yourself and others. Let's kick things off with a shocker. Did you know that you make about 35,000 decisions every single day? That's right, from choosing what to wear to deciding whether to hit the snooze button, your brain is constantly at work. But here's the kicker. Most of these decisions happen subconsciously. Your brain is like a master chef, whipping up choices faster than you can say cognitive bias. Speaking of biases, let's talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a cognitive bias where people with limited knowledge or expertise in a specific area overestimate their abilities. In other words, the less you know, the more confident you might feel. It's why that one friend who's never stepped foot in a kitchen suddenly thinks they're Gordon Ramsay after watching a few cooking shows. Now, let's shift gears to something we all experience, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This isn't just a trendy acronym. It's a real psychological phenomenon. Our brains are wired to seek out new experiences and information. When we feel like we're missing out, it triggers a stress response. That's why it's so hard to put down your phone and stop scrolling through social media. But here's a fun fact that might help you combat FOMO. Humans are notoriously bad at predicting what will make them happy. We often overestimate the impact of both positive and negative events on our long-term happiness. So next time you're feeling left out, remember that what you're missing might not be as amazing as your brain is telling you it is. Let's talk about memory for a moment. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there in the first place? Don't worry, you're not losing your mind. This phenomenon is called the doorway effect. When you pass through a doorway, your brain interprets it as a boundary between events, potentially causing you to forget your initial intention. So blame it on the door, not your memory. Now, here's a mind bender for you. Your memories aren't as reliable as you think they are. Every time you recall a memory, you're actually reconstructing it. This process can introduce small changes, meaning your memories can shift over time. It's like playing a game of telephone with yourself. Let's switch gears to social behavior. Have you heard of the bystander effect? It's the phenomenon where individuals are less likely to help someone in need when other people are present. The more bystanders there are, the less likely it is that any one of them will help. It's not because people are inherently cruel, but because we often look to others for cues on how to behave in uncertain situations. Here's another social quirk, the pratfall effect. This psychological phenomenon suggests that people who are perceived as highly competent become more likable when they make a small mistake. It makes them seem more human and relatable. So next time you spill coffee on yourself before a big presentation, remember, it might just make your audience like you more. Let's wrap up with a fact that might change how you approach your next argument. When people are presented with evidence that contradicts their beliefs, they often become more convinced of their original position. This is called the backfire effect. It's why debates on social media rarely change anyone's mind and often lead to more entrenched views. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of some fascinating psychology facts about human behavior. From the thousands of decisions we make daily to the quirks of our social interactions, human behavior is a complex and endlessly fascinating subject. The next time you find yourself forgetting why you entered a room, overestimating your cooking skills, or getting sucked into a social media scroll, remember, it's not just you. It's your wonderfully complex human brain at work. And who knows, maybe understanding these quirks of human behavior will help you navigate the world a little better. After all, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to understanding ourselves.